Okay, battle number 14. We're presently on a streak. Ideally, that streak won't stop now. Game 14, we said already, but I gotta type it out, so I gotta speak to type. It's weird. Anywho, I'm on track for a 10-5 record today, and that is my goal now. I've got conviction and passion to make this happen. Looking at the matchup, Zamazenta is pretty strong to me. The more I've analyzed my team, the more I've recognized that a lot of legendaries are strong into me for different reasons. But there isn't any one specific legendary that I can't beat, or that becomes a super mega hard matchup, so that's pretty nice. In theory, I could outspeed them, but I don't want to commit to any plan that involves me trying to trick them into Tailwind and into Trick Room, because that's just going to leave me really open with less offense, because honestly, it takes so much to get through Zamazenta. The best way is to bait Terra and then go from there, but baiting Terra is not easy, especially not on Zamazenta. Like, you put Miraidon on the field, that's the best way to do it, but especially with teams with Rillaboom, it's very easy for them to just take their time and play it safe, using Rillaboom to mitigate that damage. So priority number 1 going into this battle is going to be Rillaboom. Manage it, force it off the field, reset terrain over it. It doesn't matter what you do, just get it done quick and effectively. Good. That's a good lead for me. I hope you didn't die from that little bump at the mic. This is certainly a nice lead for me. If they wanted to set Tailwind, from this position, they're at risk of being punished. So they won't. They're probably clicking Bleak Wind. I want to make sure Rillaboom wastes as much of its terrain on Pokemon that can't get any value out of it, namely itself and Tornadus, who is completely unaffected by the terrain. They hard switch. That's unfortunate. But that doesn't mean I'm not taking damage from the Rillaboom this turn, which is kind of the key point of doing this, was just mitigate damage from the homies. Missing on Free Graph there is massive. Speed drop, it makes no difference. Hyper Voice sets me up and gives me prep, so the moment that I can now afford to take it extra slow as I go into Trick Room. A part of doing this extra slow strat, which is infinitely buffed by the Tornadus unintentionally, is I can just parting shot the Raging Bolt and mitigate damage from him, since I know the biggest damage is going to come from Raging Bolt, not Bleak Wind. What else? So I'll probably swap Miraidon in just to encourage a Rillaboom switch on either, probably the Rillaboom slot. From there I can just pivot straight back to Instant to keep my Pokemon as healthy as possible. Crit, that's unfortunate, but it's workable. With the Berry I should be fine. Like, it's not my favorite, but I can live with it. Thunderbolt into Free Graph, that's perfect. I am hesitant, actually. I'm very hesitant to bring my Miraidon to the field, actually, since I am benefiting from terrain right now. It serves really well, even if it's healing up the Raging Bolt a little bit. It serves to prevent me from... Yeah, it serves to prevent moves like Thunderbolt becoming completely unmanageable, which is what I care the most about. If I set terrain, I'll take more damage than I need to. And I'd like to avoid that at all costs, really. Oh, whoa. Instant back to the field while we Trick Room. From here, the plan is to devastate the Raging Bolt, since it's the only Pokemon that can handle Free Graph in Trick Room. I'm also hoping that the fact that I've been very eager to set up to play aggressively and not go into Trick Room may encourage them to actually set Tailwind themselves to make this Raging Bolt fight even easier. They just go for the Bleak Wind, that's fair. Free Graph hasn't taken too much tip from that. The speed drop is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. -1, it does actually do quite a bit. It's Life Orb, that's good to know. That certainly means that I have less incentive to freak out about the speed drop on Frigoraph, since I actually don't gain much benefit from going first with Instant now. Since I know I'm going to go first. Like, I already know Frigoraph won't go first, but that won't change the fact that I'm generally better off with... Like, it does... Well, let's rephrase. It really doesn't matter now. Sorry about that. Had to grab my charger. I do miss the KO on Raging Bolt there, which is unfortunate. But that won't pick up KO. Nice. From here, I'm gonna quickly move this in a tiny bit since I'm sitting slightly different. Anywho. From here, I'd feel pretty emboldened just to click knockoff Hyper Voice again, since that essentially never fails here. It will pick up something important. Whether they're switching or protecting, I think their intention is just to stall Trick Room as much as possible. But I've done a good job not wasting Rillaboom's value on my side of the field. Good, I've guaranteed that I'm not dealing with Tornadus anymore. So no matter what, I'm not getting hit with big spread damage anymore. And I don't have to deal with the potential for a Tailwind Sweep. Since there's always a chance that Zamazenta's slower than me, that's something I would love to manage as much as possible. From here, they can probably just bring Rillaboom in pretty safe. I mean, Zamazenta can come in here as well, but I don't know if they really want to. Since they know I have the capability of Psychic, Knockoff, Hyper Voice, more importantly Psychic and Knockoff, to sidestep Y-Guard, there's certainly not a lot of incentive for me to... Actually, okay, here's what I can do here. That's not what I want to do. Knock off Zamazenta and protect. That's all I need to do here to stay in good position. Now that is a bit narrow-minded actually, and it doesn't really account for the long term. But in theory, this is fine. As long as I take out Raging Bolt here, I can always pivot in Sin. Okay, so they care more about keeping Rillaboom safe. Sorry, they care more about the Raging Bolt than Rillaboom. That's interesting. I mean, that's fair because it can't do anything in this position, but also that's a big risk. Okay, so they're showing me their Terra, which is really good. They have less Pokemon to bring in for Rillaboom, meaning they have to pay a lot more to actually do that. Terra Dragon has some benefits and some problems for me. While it lets me dish out Dazzling Gleam to pick up super effective damage, they absolutely have Wide Guard. I'm very confident of that. Cool, they pick up the KO on Instant, that's fine. Yeah, looking at the matchup, yeah, there are benefits to having, what's it called, Terra Dragon. Like in theory, they can now bait Draco Meteor into the what's it called, the Zamazenta slot. In theory, if I go Terra Fairy here and Draco Meteor into Rillaboom, I should pick up KO every single time. From there, I can then Psychic into Zamazenta for just strong damage. My hope is, we're not still in Trick Room, are we? We have one more turn of Trick Room. Rillaboom can't protect. Since Rillaboom can't protect, I'll Volt Switch into Rillaboom and Psychic into Rillaboom on the assumption that Zamazenta wants to protect, or at least try to maneuver this situation to maximum benefit. Worst case scenario, I'm trapped on the field with Zamazenta. Best case scenario, I'm chipping Zamazenta down without having to give up terrain. Cool, my Volt Switch is moving first, which means my Trick Room situation is better. Cool, Urshifu to the field. I think that's really a great outcome, knowing that they're slower than me. Also, yeah, that they're slower than me. Well, no, I'm faster. I'm slower than them. Which means coming out of Trick Room. That's unfortunate. That means I no longer have terrain. No matter what, I will lose terrain here. Unless this is a fast Rillaboom, I lose terrain here. Actually, it doesn't matter how fast the Rillaboom is, I lose terrain here. There it is, Hadron Engine activates. But so does Grassy Surge. I don't need Urshifu to win here, though. What I can do is I can detect Urshifu, Terastallize, Dazzling Glimpse 2 names, isn't it? Don't Terastallize 2 either. I will move after Zamazenta. They don't want to Heavy Slam without any indicator of if I can actually... without any indicator if they can actually deal with it. And I don't think Zamazenta can actually deal with the combination of those, so I'm actually going to go for the Rillaboom first. Now, I did just make a big misplay there, since Fake Out is such a safe play. They can Fake Out into Miraidon and have no risk, do damage to Urshifu, Grassy Glided, move on. So this is actually quite a bad play now that I'm thinking about it. Yep, Fake Out. Show me Body Press, minimal damage. Cool, that's something. I at least got that. Given the situation, I really do need to quickly pull up the damage calc. What I'm actually at Miraidon, that's perfect. I need to then look at Rilla. I spelled Rilla wrong. Rilla, just go with the offensive pivot. Without its Assault Vest, at -2, Draco... I need to see Draco, goddamn. Draco Meteor. At -2, without it, it can do 60%. Okay. What I'll do is I'll punish Grassy Glide and go for Zamazenta. Sorry, I'll punish not Grassy Gliding is what I meant to say. Oh, wait, that works. Heavy Slam, how much damage? It does a lot. It does a lot. But Draco Meteor is going to pick up the KO here. Meaning this game is now over. Since they no longer have any way to stop both attackers onto Rillaboom. Going into this turn, they're guaranteed a KO, but they have no way of dealing with both. Never mind. They have no way of dealing with either of them because they have nothing. Absolutely nothing is on their field. That is crazy, honestly. This is, after doing some research, this is my best day one on the Grand Challenge ever. Ever. And it's not by a tiny margin either. For the only Grand Challenges that I have recorded, I now know that I have a win-loss. My average win-loss is not the right way of saying that. On the first Grand Challenge I ever played, my day one win-loss was 6 wins, 9 losses. Haha. The same is true of the last Grand Challenge I played, and I didn't track the one before that. Actually, I have videos of it, so I could absolutely go pull that up. Actually, I can pull that up right now. I think I have both of them saved. Never mind, 2 seconds. Yeah, I don't have all the win-loss, but I have a chunk of them. 1, 2, so vid 1, let's look at it. So for the previous one, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, comparing the two right now, actually no, it still is. Of my tracked results, this is the best I've ever performed on day one. I'm ranked quite high on the ladder. Should I continue this? Again, I've said it in the previous video, but if I continue this, I'll get championship points for my effort. And I feel good about myself. I feel very good. Well, saying I feel good is one thing. Ooh. Anyway, yeah, no. I'll, editor, cut that out. Saying I feel good about myself is certainly one thing to say. I feel good about my play. 5 wins in a row is really good for me. And more importantly, I'm sick, so while I feel good about my play, I feel horrible. Completely terrible. Which was also proof that I should get sick the next time a tournament comes up, because this is the best I've performed. So, with all that said, thank you for watching. Even in defeat, I lose. And that's it for me, so see ya.